the Showcase app to share links with your audience live.
It started, man. We are live.
Holy cow.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Roll that beautiful baritone, man. Got to do the intro.
Hey, where are we? Are we on Google? Are we on YouTube? Are we on both?
This is video. It's so weird. So we're on Google Hangouts. So we're using the YouTube platform to do live streaming that will automatically be archived to the What's on Joe Mind YouTube page. But of course, we could turn it off, make it private, delete it. We could do whatever we want with it. We could download it and then add animation or music or whatever, polish it up. But this is the live streaming tool provided by Google.
I know. I just said before we started recording this that I kind of feel like my dad would.
Yeah.
I feel old. I feel disconnected.
We're a little old for this stuff. I'm 40.
Frightened of technology. Frightened.
I'm 40. I don't know about you, but I feel a little old for this stuff.
I know. I'm older than 40. I mean, imagine. Yeah. Like my hair is. I fear that it's getting gray as the video proceeds.
Oh, we have our first guest here. Hang on one second, Mikey.
We got to record this for posterity.
Oh yeah, there he is.
All right.
You don't ever get to see him when I record the podcast with you. So
no. Although he's been a frequent audio guest.
There's Mr. Sampson. So his sister's over there on the floor. You'll probably hear her. Yeah.
She's a little more. She's more chill.
No, she's not chill at all. Lila, come here. What are you doing? She's my security system, though. I always know when the postman's coming and bringing me toys because Lila's barking at him.
That's pretty funny, though. It's like that couldn't have gone off if we had queued that up any better. Like if we had somebody stationed off camera to kick the dog when I said that, it couldn't have worked any better.
So I'm going to close the door so she doesn't bark at everything. Why don't you tell the audience what we're going to talk about today?
Certainly. Anyhow, while Carson is gone, and you can see his empty chair and loads of boxes of toys. Yesterday, obviously, we broke some news. It was just a seemingly very small thing. It was a G.I. Joe sign hanging on a door at the Las Vegas Licensing Expo at Hasbro's booth, which leads one to believe that something's up. They are specifically trying to market something with the G.I. Joe label on it. And look at Carson grinning like a goon down there. He's all excited that we're finally doing a video.
There's a lot of negativity and pessimism in the community, as we know. Some of it rightfully so, because a lot of collectors feel snubbed over the last couple years. But I don't understand how anybody could hear this news, could see that photo that you shared yesterday on Facebook, and have that kind of negative, pessimistic response. This is awesome. They're talking about G.I. Joe at a trade show where they're trying to sell the concept through to partners that could potentially partner with them to make stuff. This is in no way bad. Like, can we all just be happy for a day? You know what I mean?
Correct. Absolutely. It just, even if behind that magic door, there is no new 4-inch action figures, there is no new fantasy 6-inch line of action figures. There's a plan. They're trying to bring G.I. Joe to the masses somehow, some way. They're only taking appointments to do it. I've got a couple of people at that licensing expo that are trying to get in, and none of them can get in because all of that stuff is it's on lockdown. No one is seeing it unless you specifically have a reason. And Hasbro's a pretty big player in that game, so sure, they're going to get that opportunity.
One of the guys that we know, that's your insider there. He's in publishing. They already have a book deal. They already have a contract in place that's long term with IDW. So it's not like they would invite him in to talk, right? So you would have to be someone that makes something that is beneficial to Hasbro, that they're looking for a partner that makes that kind of thing. So if you were a lunchbox manufacturer like Aladdin back in the day, they might invite you in because they want you to make G.I. Joe lunchboxes. But they're not just going to let everybody walk through that door. So there's a lot of people talking about, maybe it's It's the door where they show people out when they ask about G.I. Joe, or it's the door to the
That's a pretty good
bathroom.
line. We have to admit, that's a pretty good line.
I enjoy the jokes. The jokes are funny, but when it gets to like serious pessimism, I'm like, come on, guys. Like, let's be optimistic here. Somebody at Hasbro still cares enough about the property to be out there trying to sell it right now, and that is exciting.
Exactly. I know the talk in recent weeks had been that the Snake Eyes movie had been removed from Paramount's release schedule, and that's not great news. If you listen to our episode 115 from a couple of weeks ago, it's not necessarily bad news. I think Mark Webber made a lot of good points from the standpoint that G.I. Joe is a movie property that got received kind of lukewarm, I think is probably the best term.
It made enough money that they'll come back to it, but they'll just come back to it when it's convenient.
Exactly. And for a reboot to happen, especially this soon, bear with me 1 second. I've got to turn off the air conditioning. So if this video gets sweaty real quick, that's why we're going to go for short. Anyhow, to bring back from the Chuck era, I'll be making my own gravy within 20 minutes.
Right.
Anyhow,
Bojangles sausage gravy, if I'm guessing.
So come on, now that's a cheap shot.
So there's yes, it's pulled from March 2020. That doesn't mean it's pulled from 2020 entirely. And supposedly Goldner was at some luncheon and mentioned that G.I. Joe was having a movie in 2020 focused on Snake Eyes, and that was after they pulled it from March 2020. So supposedly it's still coming in 2020, and there's speculation that maybe it would be like the October date that's available or something. That's just commentary online.
Yeah, it's certainly it's a possibility. Even early 2021 is not a big deal. Products, or rather, products I guess is the term. But delays happen in Hollywood all the time, and it's part of the standard process. And I'm not going to believe that I know anything about the filmmaking process, other than. Much like the podcasting process, however much time you think it's going to take, you should probably add 40% more time.
Yeah, go ahead and double it. Go ahead and double it.
So it's a delay coming off the production schedule is great because as Mark said, better to get a product that has been fully conceived than something that gets rushed out to meet a date.
Yep.
Like, say, I don't know, Rise of Cobra.
Right.
So even within our property, we have a real clear idea of what it means to rush out a project that maybe isn't up to snuff.
Right.
So we all got to chill out a little bit. We all got to relax and just enjoy this news for what it is. It's that, hey, there's news.
Somebody cares. That's what it tells me. Somebody cares, and they're trying to sell it. So in no way is that a bad thing. So let's just try to be optimistic. If the CEO is still saying Snake Eyes is coming in 2020, let's trust him. If they're at a licensing show right now with the big G.I. Joe logo on a door leading into a room that nobody's invited into without an appointment, then that means they're selling G.I. Joe to those people. They're trying to get G.I. Joe stuff made. So, I mean, we all know the turnaround time for making injection molded plastic toys is like a 2-year process. So those toys for that movie have to already be underway. Hasbro's got to be doing something. Now they're trying to enlist other people to help them bolster whatever that shelf presence is going to be whenever those toys come out. So in my mind, this is just good news that they're trying to form alliances and make a bigger, have a bigger presence on the shelves when this movie comes out. That's all it says to me. Exactly.
That door is about theater movie cups and kid sneakers and collectible ties and all the weird tchotchke that comes out in conjunction with these big mass market type of project.
And what that tells us is that Hasbro's hard at work back at the office making the shit that we're really going to care about, which is the toys.
There you go. Curse up the YouTube there.
We might have to post-produce, edit that out.
I can't bleep that, man.
Yeah.
This isn't my world.
Sorry, guys. Blame 3D Joes for that one.
That's right.
Gotta get that
3D Joes.
Get that loose cannon off the show, Mikey. He's dragging you down.
Mark Webber is on speed dial.
Ouch. All right. Well, I'm gonna go walk these dogs, man. It was a good break-in of the live video. Let's do some more.
Yeah, it's they look ready to go back there. They are back on the couch staring at you.
Yeah, they're about as bored as they could be. They've been patient all morning, but now it's 1:30 in the afternoon.
So. It's time for a brisk continental or rather a brisk constitutional, and then maybe some naps.
If you take your dogs to Starbucks, they'll give them a puppuccino. It's a little whipped cream in a cup, about that big. So that's what they're holding out for.
All right, that's an afternoon right there. That's more than I'm doing this afternoon.
There you go. If you lived here, I'd take you with me. You just have to hang your head out of the window.
I could do that. I would do that.
I bet you would. Hey, maybe we'll do an unboxing video for this thing right here.
Hey, what is that thing right there? Do we know? Or are you holding off for a big reveal?
No, it's fine. It's Destro from Prime 1.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, that is a big deal. All right, man.
The problem is they take like an hour and a half to unbox and put it all together, and I just don't have that right now.
So, I understand. I get where you're coming from with that.
I'll get there. I want to enjoy it when I get there. I don't want to feel rushed. So
I feel you. That is ultimately the journey, isn't it? It's to spend all this time working at this hobby and then find some time to maybe just chill out and have a hobby.
There you go. Try to enjoy it.
So yeah, just that fits right into our theme. Let's just try to enjoy the fact that there is some news to spread on G.I. Joe. Love everybody's participation. We're happy that this sparked discussion. But hey, guys, we ain't licked yet. Let's hang in there. Let's keep our chins up and act like we've been here before, because we've been here before.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yo, Joe.
Excellent. This has been the inaugural What's on Joe Mind video project that doesn't include Joe Colton. I guess that's the official title we've got on this.
Right.
We'd get more hits if Joe Colton was involved.
It's true, especially with video.
Every so often, the guy's got to roll out.
That's true. A girl's got to work. I can't blame her.
Precisely. But for What's on Joe Mind, I'm Mike Irizarry. The gentleman in the hat is Carson Metaxas, the brainchild behind our video production studio here at the What's on Joe Mind compound. Have a great afternoon.
Yo, Joe.